Now on Fox 14, in Baxter Springs, Tractor Supply is honoring hometown heroes with the farmers market. Plus, the holiday season is in full swing at the Joplin Expo as hundreds attend the holiday market. And Commerce welcomes fall with a festival at Charles Sill Memorial Park.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News on Fox 14. I'm Anthony Saviello. In Baxter Springs, Tractor Supply hosted a special Hometown Heroes Farmers Market event this weekend, honoring local first responders while supporting area vendors. 8 to 10 local farmers and makers set up outside the store, selling homemade goods and handcrafted items. The Baxter Springs Fire Department also joined in, bringing a fire truck for a touch-a-truck experience for the kids.
They mean a lot to us. They do things every single day that they don't get credit for. And the veterans, they put their lives on the line every day, really, if you think about it. And we have paramedics here, we have firefighters, cops. They're people that save our lives every day, and they go in and do the job that nobody else wants to do.
The event ran from 9 to 1 today, celebrating local heroes and small businesses in the heart of Baxter Springs. The holiday season kicked off in Joplin today with the Joplin Expo Holiday Market bringing big crowds and dozens of local makers under the one roof. Around 70 vendors set up for the two-day event, offering handmade gifts, holiday decor, boutique items, and seasonal treats. Families also got the chance to snap pictures with Santa, while roaming artists added festive fun throughout the expo.
Well, I'm glad that we're offering this to Joplin for the first time. This is the largest holiday market that the area's ever had. We're in the Joplin Expo 40,000 square foot space. We're putting on this show in-house. So this is something we're doing at the Expo. We usually rent space for other shows, but we're actually going to do this one in-house annually every year, and this is the first kickoff for many.
The market ran from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and wraps up tomorrow. Well, it's the first day of November, so let's check that November forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
Thanks, Anthony. It's going to be pretty cold. All right, we've got a freeze warning issued for Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and in Kansas as well. Now, this is through Sunday morning because these temperatures are going to be dropping down into the low 30s, below freezing for all of us. I've got my turtleneck on, so I'm ready to go, but it is going to be a very, very cold night. We have these northerly winds, temperatures in the low 40s, upper 30s already. Now, other than that, not much going on. We have a quiet couple of days until end of next week. Couple of clouds, but for the most part today and tomorrow it is going to be pretty nice. Now, temperatures only reaching mid to upper 50s again on Sunday. A little sunnier though, but we are starting below freezing, so we do have a cold night ahead. After that, we go into a very nice warm up for the entire week, 60s then 70s, but I'll have all those details coming up.
Thanks. Well, the City of Commerce celebrated fall this afternoon with a festival at Charles Sill Memorial Park. The 4-hour event brought together families and local businesses, featuring 13 vendors, live music, and plenty of seasonal fun. Visitors enjoyed food trucks, craft booths, and activities for kids, including bounce houses and games.
This has been going on. This is the 4th consecutive year that we've done it. We've done it in years past, but there was a time in there of like 5 or 10 years that we didn't have a fall festival, and I think it was 3 years ago. This is the 3rd annual that we've had in a row for quite a while.
The festival also hosted a chili cook-off, bake-off, car show, and cornhole tournaments, drawing participants from across the area. Coming up, a bus just for dogs. How a new pet rideshare service is fetching attention and helping busy pet owners. But up first, a new tool could help you make life or death health care decisions, how it works, and what it could mean for you. Finding the best hospital for your specific medical needs can be hard and often confusing, but the Mayo Clinic has launched a new way to search nationwide for medical care, and it's free. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on this new digital tool.
It's called Health Locator, a free public digital platform with information on more than 5,000 U.S. hospitals.
Not every hospital is good at the same thing. So these are life and death decisions that need to be made in a very short period of time.
Dr. Jean-Rica Ferrugia is president and CEO of Mayo Clinic, the hospital system that launched the tool today. He says many times patients face barriers when seeking quality medical care that could be socioeconomic factors or geography, not living close to a hospital. He says this website compiles publicly available data on hospitals and based on that information assigns a rating score.
A single number that reflects quality, patient safety, and patient experience into that one score that you then can use to make your decisions. And that one score is for the particular hospital associated with those data.
Ferrugia says anyone can log on to healthlocator.org and search by region, hospital, or you can search by condition. And he says it'll give you a list of hospitals with their ratings.
We hope this will relieve some of the stress that patients face when they are faced with a diagnosis and they need to find a high quality provider that has a track record of excellence.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, a new study shows common viruses like the flu, COVID-19, and shingles can significantly raise your risk of heart attack and stroke. The analysis looked at more than 150 studies and found heart risks can spike right after an infection and last long term. Researchers say people who got the flu were up to 6 times more likely to have a heart attack within a month, and COVID-19 almost doubled the risk of heart disease or stroke compared to those who never had it. The study's authors say the more severe the virus, the higher the heart risk, especially for people with existing conditions. Another new study finds hidden genetic damage in the brains of people with CTE, the neurological disease linked to repeated head trauma. Researchers examined brains of former football players and others with the condition and discovered damage similar to what's been seen in Alzheimer's patients. The changes were equivalent to hundreds of years of aging, but not everyone with multiple head injuries develops CTE. Right now, there's still no test to detect the disease in living patients. It can only be confirmed after death. The study was published in This Week in Science. Lindsay is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, a new way for pets to get around. Meet the woman behind a bus service made just for dogs.
I hope everyone had a wonderful Halloween. Now we're in store for a very cold night this November 1st, dropping down below freezing. Now let's go ahead and take a look. We are under a freeze warning. Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, all of our counties under a freeze warning through Sunday morning. This means temperatures will be dropping down below freezing for most of us, even into the upper 20s. Joplin is expected to get down to about 30 to 31 degrees. Skies are clearing and we have a light northerly wind. It shouldn't drop our temperature or feels like temperature down too much, but it is still going to be very chilly. We get a light frost or a light freeze because those temperatures are dropping down below freezing from 3 a.m. to about 8 a.m. Not long enough to really cause any major damage, but definitely something you're going to want to think about heading into this evening. Plus, we also have to set our clocks back an hour, which means get an extra hour of sleep. So you might sleep through the very coldest of the temperatures. Now, downtown Joplin is looking pretty good, but as we head through the rest of the night tonight, temperatures 32 in Joplin from 7 a.m., 30 in Iola, Chanute, Fredonia, 31 in Independence. Now, as we head through the rest of Sunday, 57 in Joplin, 55 in Neosho, a little bit warmer than we saw today, but we also get some sunshine, so it's going to feel really nice. By Monday morning, upper 30s, so we're not going to be looking at any more freeze issues for the rest of the week. In fact, we're actually getting into the 60s for Monday, upper 60s, 68 in Baxter Springs, 66 in Joplin. Looks like 66 across the board, mostly in Bonita, Welch. Overnight lows only getting down to the mid 40s for Tuesday morning, and that's because we have a nice big high pressure system setting up a ridge that forms over Texas. That brings us some warmer temperatures. Monday, Tuesday, gradual warm up. 60s on Monday, upper 60s to low 70s on Tuesday, and that high pressure system just continues. We actually have 70s through the rest of the week. That is until Friday. We have a short wave that brings some rain chances to the 4 states. Brief, we won't expect much in the way of rain, but we definitely could see some showers, especially early Friday morning. That'll drop temperatures down just a few degrees, upper 60s, but then 50s for the rest of the weekend. Really not expecting a lot of rain chances over the extended forecast, and I would say rather fall-like temperatures for the week. I mean, 60s, 70s, overnight lows in the 50s. So it's going to be really nice the next few days once we make it past this freezing morning. Yeah. I'm happy about it. I love the colder weather. Absolutely. I'm excited for, now that Halloween's out of the way, I'm excited for the holidays, Christmas.
Well, and the colors are starting, they're really popping out right now.
The leaves are crispy on the ground. Yeah. I love taking walks in weather like this.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Cup of coffee in the hand too. Absolutely. Thanks, Lindsay. Coming up next, Webb City Volleyball takes on Marshfield in the state quarterfinals. Plus, Pitt State and Missouri Southern football battle it out in the Miners Bowl. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
Goodbye, October. Hello, November. And I can't think of a better way to start the month than a good old-fashioned rivalry game. It's Pitt State versus Missouri Southern in a new installment of the Miners Bowl. PSU eyeing a 7th straight win and celebrating Senior Day. Opening drive for the Gorillas already in the red zone. Jackson Berry hands it off to Jacoby Smith, and the senior finds pay dirt for the first time this season. Next PSU drive, Berry with the give to Curran Parchman on the jet sweep, and Parchman has room to the outside, waltzing in for the touchdown. Gorillas lead 14-0 early. But here come the Lions. After a long drive down the field, they get on the board with this 25-yard field goal from Asher Huffman. After forcing a PSU punt, MSSU back on the attack. Tillman Martin lofting one up for Draper Parker, and Parker makes the diving catch. For the score, it's now 14-10. However, the Gorillas would go on a drive of their own and extend the lead with a 34-yard field goal from Austin Schmidt. Here he is again. Pitt State's offense sets up Schmidt for the 26-yard chip shot to make it 20-10 at half. And why not a third time? Gorillas stall in the red zone, so Schmidt connects on his third field goal of the day to put PSU up 23-10. Fourth quarter, Lions needing points. Martin throwing deep, but it's picked off by Ryan Medeiros. He gets a taste of the turnover thrown in his senior year. And on the ensuing Gorillas drive, Berry evading the pressure, keeping his eyes down the field and finding Taiwan Atkins Jr. for the 11-yard touchdown pass as Pitt State makes it 11 straight wins over Missouri Southern, winning this one 30-10.
Senior Day is always hard, on players, on families, and on coaches. We've just recruited those guys, 4 or 5 years ago and got to know them and their families so well, help them not just develop as football players, but, to have those guys in your program and see them grow as men, over the last 4 or 5 years, knowing that their end is coming to a close, hopefully later than sooner. That's part of the emotions of being a college football coach, and that's the fun part of it, just to see their growth and development. And so cool on Senior Day to see some of our seniors come up with some of those big plays for us.
Well, let's head indoors where the Gorillas and Lions each host MIAA volleyball matchups. Gorillas taking on Fort Hays State, looking to bounce back after a loss yesterday. Second set, Cassidy Nixon on the attack. The Tigers can't corral it. It goes into the stands, and Nixon gets the kill for the Gorillas. Same set, Malaya Johnson's attack is returned, but Johnson's right there for the block, and PSU takes the point. Tigers looking for a kill here. It's Ella Goodwin, but not so fast. Danya Cozy blocks it for the Gorilla point as Pitt State cruises to a win over the Tigers in 4 sets. The Lions face off against the 7th-ranked Broncos. MSSU drops the first set but starts the second strong. Here, Alana Mosh gets the kill to extend the Lion lead. But the Broncos storm into the lead, but Fernanda Marancio slams it down for the kill to close the gap. But it's set point for UCO. The Broncos set it up for Micaiah Purdue, who puts it in no man's land as Central Oklahoma takes the second set. They'd go on to take down the Lions in 3. Well, let's head to high school for the Missouri Class 4 Volleyball State quarterfinal. Webb City on the road to take on Marshfield. First set, Lady Blue Jays on the serve. Savannah Crane with the assist to Kaylin Maxwell. She spikes it down for the kill. Webb City takes the early lead. Now set point for the Cardinals. Crane serving and Marshfield with the error. That gives Crane the ace and Webb City a 1-0 lead. Strong start for the Cardinals. We now head to the second set. Allison Collard serving for the Cardinals, and check this out. Marshfield on the attack. Quinn Aldridge looking for the kill, but Jocelyn Maxwell takes that challenge and gets the solo block. Lady Cardinals with a strong second set lead. Marshfield serving. Savannah Crane bumps it to Jocelyn Maxwell, and she puts it down in the back corner. It's now 2-0 Webb City. Cardinals down all set, but they clawed back, and on match point, this 30-second rally felt like hours. Webb on the attack, and here comes Adeline Maxwell for the kill. The Maxwell triplets took this game over, and they helped send Webb City to their first Final Four appearance since the 2022 season. Webb City defeats Marshfield 3-0, and they travel to St. Joseph November 5th for a semifinal matchup against St. Pius.
You're going back to college football. That Gorilla Lions, that Miners Bowl, it's always a fun one when it comes around, but Gorillas just seem to have the Lions number when it comes to that game.
They do, and it actually looked like a pretty close game in the first half. Gorillas only had a 10-point lead going into halftime, but I think a lot of us thought they were the better team. They proved that in the second half.
For sure.
Came out strong and just did the rest of the way. Gorillas have a legitimate shot at MIAA championship. They're going to want to finish the season off strong to claim that title.
Yeah, I think they've looked really strong this year. Missouri Southern's had some really good highlights. I'm excited for their future, but this season kind of just doesn't seem to be going their way anymore.
Yeah, Missouri Southern has a freshman quarterback. They already surpassed their win total from last year. So there's things to look forward to, but this year it didn't go the way they planned.
Sure, absolutely. We'll be back with more after this. A Rhode Island woman has come up with a solution for busy pet owners who need a hand getting their dogs and cats to the vet or anywhere else. Sam Reed shows us the rideshare service that's meant exclusively for pets.
For Leslie DeMana of Smithfield, her new bus business is everything she's ever dreamed of.
I thought that's got to be the best job ever.
And more.
Literally within a month, I had my business all registered. I had the van purchased.
On the outside, the big, beautiful bus is quite eye-catching with pictures of pooches personal to her family.
At red lights, I see little kids pointing to the doggy bars.
But on the inside, things are even better because her passengers have 4 legs instead of 2.
This is purely transportation.
Good boy.
I do not put people on my bus. It is simply for the pets. I do take cats as well, as long as they're in a carrier.
We could go for a ride. Leslie just launched the doggy bus. It's basically Uber, but only for animals.
Everybody has a really busy schedule, and so I thought that would be really cool to be able to pick them up, take them to their destination, and return them home later.
Using a QR code and a scheduling app, people can reserve rides for their pets.
You would load up your information, the pet's information, the date, time, where do you want to go. I approve the ride, and I show up at your door.
Then, for a reasonable fee, she safely transports them around Rhode Island and into Massachusetts if need be.
Every dog gets their own seat, their own harness, their own restraint. There are no crates. I want the dogs to be comfortable as if they're going for a ride with mom and dad.
12 dogs can be seated at a time.
Good girl!
Though things can get noisy, Leslie says she enjoys every minute.
I love the idea that every day I get up and I get to play with dogs and take them to different appointments.
With a background in higher education, she saw a ride-share solution to a possible pet problem.
You might have a late meeting, you might be a single mom and not be able to get that dog to that appointment on time, and even the elderly, right, disabled.
Having the support of local groomers like All for Paws has made a meaningful impact.
It's been a fantastic reaction. People are very interested in it and really want to know more about it.
That's been our time for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the 1st of November. Have a great night.